Welcome to the Peew!
Welcome to the Peew!
Deep beneath the Earth's crust.
In an undisclosed location with bright background. So we were talking about all the nastiness.
Yeah, the Peew channel. For some of you
Yeah.
may not read the comments on the Peew channel, but there are plenty.
Plenty of comments. Actually, there are a lot more comments than before. I guess that's a good thing, right? All in all.
Yes, I mean, we have a healthy commentary on the Peew channel, and I would say, I don't know, what do you think the breakdown is? Like, a lot of the comments are positive, but then there's a lot of nasty ones.
Well,
too.
the nasty ones
is
are
it 50-50 or?
No,
is
it's not at all.
I think the majority is positive.
Yeah,
maybe
but
like
the nasty
30%.
ones are really vocal. So it's like
right, maybe it's like 30% really nasty.
Yeah,
and boy, are they nasty.
they are nasty.
And they were particularly nasty after we had the episode where Michael talked about being arrested in the Bronx park for allegedly taking drugs back to a drug dealer to return them.
And you know, I mean, of course, I understand the vitriol behind a lot of it.
Well, people express the feelings on the channel that they were very angry with you, that after all you've gone through in going to prison, that you would end up right back with like somebody who's selling drugs and then taking drugs from somebody to somebody, if that's what you were doing, and like, why are you even getting involved with that? And they were just really angry and upset and disappointed.
You know, I weighed the pros and cons. You and I discussed it even before doing the episode of what I should do, whether I should do it. And I was getting a lot of messages from kids, basically, young people, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, and who expressed kind of, I don't know the word, they were a disappointment, I guess, but also, they said, we've believed in you all this time, we've stood up for you, and not in these words they said, but in so many words they were saying the least you could do is be honest with us, and that's a very powerful argument, and I feel that it's a very good argument, and I felt that I should be honest with them, whether what I'm saying is flattering or not. It turned out not to be so flattering, but it was the truth, and I felt that.
Well, a lot of people didn't think you were telling the truth.
Well, I can't, about which part?
About you taking the drugs back from another person to,
anybody who's...
I mean, it probably doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah.
People will question whether it's
anybody
true or
who's
not.
part of, our circle of friends knows exactly what's going on. And in fact, I caught bloody hell from both parties, the one that I was taking it from and the one that I was taking it to. Blasted me for that. And I'm still in some hot water over that. But that I don't know what to say about that. There's nothing I can say about that. But it's something I shouldn't have been doing, and it's something I'm not doing now. And in fact, there is distance now between all parties involved for that very reason. And and I'm working on it. I'm human, and you have feelings for people who you have feelings for, and it's they're not always bankers and lawyers, and it is what it is, You have known me for a long time, and you know that where romance is involved, I tend to throw common sense out the window, and I would say this is probably an example of that.
Well, the comments on the channel by the people who had negative things to say were very severe, and
you won't let me read them. When I try to read them, he says, "Don't read that. It's going to poison your mind."
Well, I mean, you have read them. I think.
I haven't. I started to read them, and then you pulled the computer.
Well,
away.
I said not to read them before we film an episode of The Peew because I thought it might just get in your head and then interfere with us having a good episode. But the comments are quite negative by the people who are negative, and frankly, I don't know why they watch the Peew if they feel that negatively about it.
But we don't want them to stop watching. We want you to continue watching.
Just stop posting comments, I guess.
No, I don't even. I don't
like
think
the
that's
nastygrams don't really bother me because one, I do read them, but I'm not. The people who are posting, you guys don't know us, so
Yeah.
like
The only ones that bother me are the ones that sound dangerous, like that they're from like a crazy person who's going to do something, dangerous or unlawful or, violent or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get that upset about the negative comments that are directed towards me because I feel that most of the people watching, they don't really know the kind of person that I am, and they don't possibly understand that even though the things that we're talking about are reflections of our lives, at the same time, this is a show where we are like performing. So it's not necessarily how we really are.
Although it is in a way, because with us especially, there's a very thin line between what we're performing and because we kind of are like this normally, but it's a little bit zhuzhed up, I think, for the cameras.
Right.
But it's basically what we're really like. But
just amped up a little bit.
Amped up a little bit, yeah. But so it's kind of so it's kind of just negated everything you just said.
No, because it's still not really me.
Still not,
like
right,
it's still not really us. Like
right.
we're actually performing. This is a satire. It's a show. Even though we're talking about real things and we're expressing our real thoughts, there's still an element of performance. So we're not really being our normal selves.
Or are we? And is our performance when the camera goes off?
We're going to think about that.
Weird topsy-turvy world of club kiddery.
We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Welcome back.
I can't stop reading these. Ernie.
He can't stop reading about himself.
No, Ernie, I'm a half hour from White Plains. Let's do lunch sometime.
I think that stems from our episode.
Kaido's buddy again.
That stems from our episode where the Westchester Club kids came to Outrage. And when one of the kids said, the one who works at Dunkin' Donuts said he worked in Town Heights, I said, I'm not going to go there because it's too far from my office.
Oh, I heard he slept with Jonathan last week. Oh.
Jonathan who?
Jonathan, the writer.
Oh, the writer, Jonathan.
How much in grams do you get from Terry? Okay, well, there are people here. Gosh, there's so many comments. I'm sure
so many that he can't pick one, on camera or off.
So there are a lot of people writing comments about wanting to bring us to other cities, and we think that's a great idea.
We would go.
We would love to go. And what our proposal is that if anybody in another city has an idea for a venue that might be interested in hosting an event such as this, that we would go to that city and we would film 5 episodes of the Peew in one
or less,
whatever. But a week's worth would be
approximately.
Nice.
5.
And then it would be like live from Portland, Oregon, the Peew, or live from Walla Walla, Washington, or wherever. And then we could film our episode and get the fuck out.
Cucamonga.
Is that a real town?
Yes, it is. Rancho Cucamonga.
Well, so that's your homework now. If you live in Cucamonga or Walla Walla or any other town,
Ypsilanti,
and you want to have the Peew out there, you just find a venue that'll bring us out, and we will do our little show and get the hell out. And then from then on, you'll have Alig and Ernie Glam, the Peew in your town.
See you next time.
Or maybe we'll see you in your town. Bye. Bye.